We are all familiar with the wait for a document called Form-16 in order to file income tax returns. Ever wondered what Form-16 really is and what it tells about the taxpayer? Today we will talk about the significance of one of the most important documents for taxpayers in India. First, let's understand what is Form-16. Basically, it provides details about the salary you have earned during a financial year and the amount of tax that has been deducted by your employer and deposited with the IT department. Is it mandatory for employers to issue Form-16? Yes, it is mandatory if any tax has been deducted at source from an employee's salary. What if an employee has changed jobs in the same financial year? If you have changed jobs or worked for more than one employer at the same time during a year, and the tax has been deducted by more than one employer, you will be issued separate Form-16s by the employers. Now you must have noticed that every Form-16 has two components, Part A and Part B. What do these parts contain? Part A of Form-16 provides details of the tax deposited in the government's treasury every quarter. It also has details of your permanent account number, your employer's tax deduction account number, and other such information. Your employer can generate and download Part A of Form-16 through the Traces portal. On the other hand, Part B of Form-16 has a detailed breakup of tax computation, gross salary paid or credited, exemption or deduction claimed, and any other income declared by you as an annexure to Part A of Form-16. In short, it's safe to say it is the detailed computation of tax on income of salaried employees. Now let's not confuse Form-16 with Form-16A. They are not the same. Form-16A is also a TDS certificate. But while Form-16 is only for salary income, Form-16A is applicable for tax deducted at source on income other than salary. For example, Form-16A will be issued to you for tax deducted by a bank on the interest you have earned on fixed deposits, insurance commission, rent receipts, etc. All details in Form-16A are also available on Form-26AS. So what happens if no tax has been deducted at source? Does the employer still have to issue Form-16? If no tax has been deducted, the employer need not issue Form-16. However, you can still request your employer to issue Part B of Form-16 in order to file your tax returns. What should you do if your employer deducts TDS but does not issue a certificate? Well, in that event, your employer will be liable to pay a fine of 100 rupees per day under Section 272A 2G of the IT Act till it issues the certificate to you. Now, if your employer shut shop and did not issue you Form-16, does it mean that you do not have to pay tax or file a return? No. According to Section 139(1), if your total income in a particular tax period exceeds the basic exemption limit of 2.5 lakh rupees, you have to file the return of income, irrespective of whether Form-16 was issued or not. Finally, here we have a few important points to remember as taxpayer. You need to ensure that all the information declared in Form-16 is true and correct. If any information is found to be incorrect, you should immediately get in touch with your employer and get the error rectified. In case Form-16 has not been issued to you, you can request your employer to issue it. You can also check whether or not your employer has deposited your TDS with the government by logging into your account on the income tax portal and downloading Form-26AS. And the most important of all, even if your employer has not deposited the tax deducted from your salary into the account of the central government on your behalf, the burden of paying the tax is on you, not your employer.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.